Okay, hello everyone. So this is how the data looks like. These are people. The ID are the people. There's the first person, there's second person, there's third person, and there's the fourth person. Okay. Each person has answered 10 questions, 11 questions actually. So each person, first person has answered 11 questions, second person has answered 11 questions, third person has answered 11 questions. Okay. And not everyone has answered every question because they have answered, like the first person has answered 4 questions, but he has not answered these questions. So what I did was I removed this missing data. So what I will send you will look something like this. Okay. So the first person, second person, right, and the third person, the questions on which they did not respond have been excluded. Okay. Okay. So essentially what we have to do is we have to score these responses. Okay. So how will you do the scoring? The first column is the logical consistency. It will be scored between 0 and 1. So I have explained this in the document, but this means that does the answer, for example, if this person has answered this question, right? Does the we have to analyze this answer and we have to understand if this answer makes sense. If I ask you what is your name and you say I like turtles, so does that make sense? No. If I ask you what's your name and you say, okay, my name is Sukriti, that makes sense, right? So if it makes sense, if the answer makes sense to the question, you write 1. If it does not make sense, you write 0. Okay. Now, all of these till the end, right? All of these till here will be scored between um, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So what does that mean? So for example, in this case, -2 will mean very extrovert, -1 will mean okay, -2 will mean very introvert, -1 will mean introvert, 0 will mean that there is nothing in the statement that talks about introversion or extroversion. For example, if the statement is, I like turtles. So does this say anything about introversion and extroversion? No, you don't know, right? So you'll score it as 0. But if someone says, I like making friends and socializing as much as possible, right? So I see that this person is very social. So I'll give him a score of 2. Okay. 2 means very extrovert, 1 means extrovert, 0 will mean that there is no information. You don't really know anything about this person from the statement. Okay. Okay. So so you will kind of score all these responses. For example, um, I might read this statement. Do you consider yourself a straightforward person? Okay. So this person replies as, yes, I consider myself a frank person. Truth and clarity are the best options to grow right now in professional and family life. Now, another thing sometimes what might happen is that you might not see those things because they're above, right? So what you can do is you can kind of just copy this, okay, and and create a column somewhere. Like you can create a column in here, okay. You create a column, insert insert she. Okay, you create a row actually, okay. So and then you paste that thing. Um, 1 second. Okay, so you will create this empty row, okay, and then you will copy this and you will paste this in the empty row, okay. So now we can interpret it, okay. So the question was, do you consider yourself a straightforward person? Yes, I consider myself a frank person. Truth and clarity are the best way to grow in professional and family life. Does this answer make sense? Did she answer what she was supposed to answer? Yes, she did. So I'll give it a 1. Does it talk about introversion and extroversion? No, we cannot infer that if the person is a introvert or an extrovert. So we'll give this a 0. Energetic and energetic, we are still not sure. Give it a 0. We'll give this a 0. Timid and bold is, can we say something if this person is timid or bold? So we can see that this person is very straightforward, right? And we can give it a 2, right? Because it seems that this person is very bold. Now, this might be kind of subjective if I should give a person a 2 or a 1, and we will fix this later on. But if you want to score a person as 2 or 1, depends on you. Like, try to think if the statement seems very bold to you or bold to you. We will fix this data later on. We might make every 2 a 1, right? But don't worry about that. If this is subjective, it's okay, right? So try to do this and essentially score all these responses. Score on each adjectives. Okay, so this is what you have to do, and that's it.